Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NSE. We are now at week 6. We're still in the playoff stage. However, next week is the last weeks of playoffs before we go to week 8 for the finals. Now, for week 6, tonight we are bringing you El Bozo versus Roehampton Yetis. Two teams we are yet to see play, but again, they are here tonight. But we haven't seen them play yet. So as to, who's the winners, no one knows. I mean, we can do random predictions again, but Aiden, do you want to do random predictions again? Because last time we did random predictions, I won.
Yeah, you did win, Josh. And you know what? It's a bit frustrating to even consider, but now I get to have my revenge, and I already know who's going to win.
Oh, you do?
No, I do.
How do you know who's going to win already?
I've got inside information. What can I say, Josh?
Oh, okay. Who are you going for then?
It's going to be the Roehampton Yetis.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go for El Bozo in that case then.
Yeah, you will, and you will lose, Josh. Unfortunately,
This is going to be okay. Hold on. I would like to touch on that then. What information do you have that you can share with us, the viewers, chat, here at home, for the Roehampton Yetis?
Well, you see, Josh, I can see that El Bozo has what one might consider a less professional name. So I just think that the Roehampton Yetis are going to have it more together.
That's your insider information.
Yeah, it's pretty inside, I thought.
Well, then tonight is going to be a best of 3 game. That's right, 1 best of 3 instead of 2 games, similar to last week, where we're going to see Roehampton Yetis and El Bozo battle it out to continue throughout the playoff stage. Now then, as for maps, so far, we've actually only seen 3 maps continuously, which has been Bind, Corrode, and Haven. We have had maps such as Abysby in there for the final decider, but so far every team seems to be kind of sticking to the top 3. Aiden, what map are you hoping that we'll see tonight?
I'm hoping that we'll see anything but Bind. I'd like to see some Pearl, actually. I feel like I don't get to see that very often. Everyone knows Split, right? So we've all seen it a lot, but Pearl is one of them ones where it's a bit more niche, but we haven't seen it yet. So that's what I'm really looking for.
Okay, I mean, personally, I think Pearl is a beautiful map. I think it's a very well-designed map. However, I do hate playing on it. I mean, I'm not playing on it, so who knows? Commentating it could be way more fun. But as long as I'm not playing it, I'm happy. I'm looking a little bit more towards, I think, the Split side of things. I think Split's a very interesting map to see. It's one of my more favorite maps, especially to watch in situations like VCT.
Yeah, I mean, it's a map that is heavily reliant on good strategy.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, the maps have been there for incredibly long periods of time. The starting maps, Bind, Split, Haven, these maps have been there forever. The strategies have been there for so long. Maps have changed a little bit, so new things get implemented every new season, for example.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, anything but Bind, because it's every week, every time. First game, it's always Bind. It's always it feels like that's like the map that everyone's has their strategies for, as you said, that they've been around for a long time, so people know what they're doing. But if that was the case, why am I not seeing a Split? Why am I just seeing Bind over and over and over again?
Maybe it's just preference. I mean, I have to agree with you. Although Bind is my favorite map, to play on, it's a bit overdone. So maybe we can see something different tonight. So hey, Roehampton Yetis or El Bozo, if you are listening to us, if you are watching us here, be kind to us. Let's shake it up a little bit. Do something interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go to a short break before we bring you, again, El Bozo versus Roehampton Yetis. My name's Josh, this is Aiden, and we'll be back with more NSE very soon. ad every time actually does make me quite hungry for pot noodle. I'm not going to lie about that. Anyway, welcome back, people. We are here again. Games are going to be starting very shortly. We just have our teams sorting out their, their final choices. However, to mention, to note, and to talk about, we have our map choices. Now, Aiden, both of our wishes have come true. What's happened on your side of things?
Well, somewhat they've come true for me, Josh, because we did miss out on the Pearl, unfortunately. But we do have no bind.
No bind. No bind. And now what do we have on my side of things, do you ask? Thank you for asking, Aiden.
You're welcome.
Split first map. It's as if they were listening to us. They brought what we wanted to fruition. Now then, our first map is going to be Split. Second map is going to be Corrode, a map we've seen a few times.
Do like
and our
Corrode.
third is going to be Haven. Now again, Corrode, Haven, we've seen these maps, we've played these maps, we've commentated, watched these maps. Nothing big, but Split. A first time for NSC here on week 6. Very exciting. I mean, again, haven't seen Split. It's one of those maps. It's a very interesting one to spectate and watch, purely, at least in my opinion, because of the midsection. You'll see a lot of teams, hover around the Sage or some form of maybe even double. You see a lot of double Sentinel, double Initiator, and double Smokes actually on this map as well to control certain areas. And I think depending on which double up you go for, depends on how you play around this midsection. Or you just run Sage and, bada bing, bada boom.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if my knowledge of this map is outdated at all, but from what I remember, I do think Viper's good on Split.
Viper's a decent smoke
for really good wall utilization. Sage obviously is usually picked in most games, even the ones in my elo. And the only thing I struggle with as like a low elo player with Split is the B site. It's B site.
You don't like B-side at all, no? I
No.
mean, it's one of those ones with a couple of, odd angles, but it's a fun one to do. I mean, a lot of hiding corners and such, but...
I mean, if you're attacking, it's hard, in my mind. I always feel like I get stuck. But if you're defending, I feel quite at ease as we head into
attacking
Agent
and
Select
defending
here.
side, yes.
See the Omen there, instantly. Seems like the teams know what they want to do here. Everyone's instantly hovered over what seems to be who they want. We see the Viper from Nova there, as previously mentioned.
Viper and Omens, we do see, I think that's the side of Elbozo opting for the double controller, whereas on the side of Roehampton Yetis, we're going to see the double duelist. A fun one to watch indeed. So probably a bit more of that, that give and take for that we've mentioned in previous weeks with, the aggression and then the defense, the aggressive and passive play, I guess you could say, from both teams. So it just depends, which one is the rock, which one is the paper?
Yeah, I mean, you see the double controller there. It is interesting because they're looking at the Waylay there, which seems to be quite a meta choice for a duelist. But then you have over on the defensive side here, we have a Neon and a Raze potentially, which is, very, very much entry focus, get in fast.
Go look at the Breach as well. I mean, Breach, Omen, double flash, double, you got the stun to come in as well. It's a very aggressive competition. I mean, one of the reasons we see a lot of single duelist Waylay is because of the entry and exit that she has. A lot of teams use like a Sova drone, for example, where they just kind of throw into sight, locate, pull her back, and then someone benefits off of her play. But on the opposite side here, where we see the two duelists, and then paired with the flash and entry that you've got from a Breach and an Omen, you just run them in there. You just run them in, just play like any other duelist comp. So technically, you could say Roehampton is maybe overcomplicating it, but it's not it's not an overcomplicated strategy, but it is one that requires a little bit more thinking, whereas Elbozo is just kind of, run it down.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this only gives me confidence for Roehampton Yetis as we make a quick switch over here. Roehampton Yetis, they are doing a much more complex thing, although it does scare me because Elbozo, it just feels like they have this kind of like, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Throw everything. Down. Yeah, throw everything. Against the wall and just absolutely ascend it. And their comp, seems to be utilizing that, which can be very volatile. It feels like Elbozo want to play a very volatile game.
Well, speaking of the utility, we have Roehampton Yetis using a lot of stuff over onto the A side of things, but immediately rotating through to B. Mems SW picks up the first kill through mid here. Does leave his position known though. Doki watching down main, swings, and is taken out immediately by Modi and company. Smokes go down, some shots and passes as well, and Nova takes him out through the wall. Perfect tracking.
I didn't even know that was wall bangable right there.
Everything's wall bangable in Valorant. 3 members left for Elbozo. The chosen caster choice for winning.
100%.
The sweat is dripping down Aiden's face as we go through first round here.
I can't feel that embarrassment again, Josh. I just can't feel it.
Mimi dogs the side here. Finds 2.
Can't use that
We
yet.
have some really good positioning from the side of Roehampton Yetis on site here as we see some more utility to get placed. We want to get though, but Gogs from the behind. Getting utility. Roehampton are really able to force Elbozo into an awkward position here. They're not able to get onto site so easily. This may just be playing for time here. As Nova picks up a beautiful 3K, putting Roehampton straight onto the board. Anyway, Aiden, what was that about? What was it? Later, something about the them winning, I think.
I mean, I hope they win. To be honest, I'm rooting for Roehampton. Is really well played there. I liked how Teo came from behind there to secure, and then really good util usage alongside, I believe it's Nova on the Viper, coming through and getting 3K there. Really well played, good pistol round. Can they snowball it? Who's to say? I mean, it looks like, because Elbozo is obviously got a much more aggressive team comp, maybe they're not looking as much on the side of defense for points.
Speaking of aggression, we have Elbozo starting to move up here. The firing squad of Classics, but they do still fall to Roehampton Yetis. A couple of people are still falling, even at a 3v2, almost even, but one member is left for Elbozo. They were able to take out 2. Unfortunate for Roehampton, but still going to the side. Nova walking down main here. Now, they have made a good selection here as we are seeing Master walk off of A site. I think he's perhaps read it incorrectly. There we go. He heard the utility. He's backing up now. He's going to walk into his drone so he can activate everything. Low HP, but Nova manages to take out Master there as Roehampton get a second point onto the board yet again. Now, I mean, on GOG, these are some great strategies we're seeing from both teams here. Roehampton, that first round, we had a good, utility dump on A site. Perfect rotation. We spoke about that Tejo coming in through mid as well. And even on the side of the defense here on the second round, Elbozo, one of the ways you want to play Classics, you're not going to win a 1v1 against a Spectre, a Bulldog, a Guardian in most situations. So just running it down mid together, you're not going to win the site. But the fact that you got 2 members there does put a little bit of pressure onto Roehampton Yetis and including their economy. So, good strategies both sides.
That's exactly what I was going to say. When you have that disadvantage, you have to be a bit more volatile, a bit more aggressive, a bit more unpredictable. And they did exactly that. Getting 2 is obviously really good for the eco round.
Now we see Icarus try to move up there to find someone, scout out some angles, does whiff a little bit of mems and decides not to pull back out there. Now that's what I'm talking about when we speak about that Skydog here. Nice shot from Doki taking out Nova. Roehampton Yetis though still moving on to the side here. The flash comes through. Doki in an awkward angle. Gogs picks up mems though. Revenge for his teammate. There is still one left on site that hasn't been picked off. Doki moving round slowly. Doesn't get flashed. Blinds his own teammate as Doki finds 2. A beautiful 3K. Overall, Gogs downside by himself. Nothing but a stinger. I love the Radiant Bunny on the stinger. It's one way to put it. And Elbozo have managed to take out most members. I don't think anyone is expecting Gogs to be behind that box.
It doesn't look like Gogs wants to do too much. Having said that, about to take the peak.
Swings, gets some good damage through. Doesn't manage to take out anyone though. I mean, the guns were going to the side of Elbozo, so the fact that they played that to near perfection there, I mean, I would say, you want to leave it a little bit down to the duelist, maybe for the side of Roehampton. I mean, you got some space, you moved up, but I think you stuck it out a little bit too much. I mean, it was a whiff. Whiffs happen, they do happen. But, with the character that has the ability to immediately get out, perhaps a slight, oversight there for the side of Roehampton Yetis.
I mean, 100%. But you know what? Everything in this game is, textbook. You go 2-0 up from eco, and then you lose the bonus. Unfortunate, but it's expected. Nothing, is screaming alarms for either team here. Could definitely still go either way.
Mems, though, still in that midsection. Spots
wow.
Spots Modi on top. Modi is the one who comes out on top. There's Nova, finds Prit as well. And Roehampton Yetis are already off to a good start, trying to get some movement up in mid. Ika has cleared out the side there. Modi with a second kill, taking out the other duelist for the side of Elbozo. And we're going to see a little bit of a pause here as they want to find where most enemies are. They don't want to hit either of these sites, without information. They are going to rotate to go hit this KJ here. Master, utility popped.
It's really nice to see Roehampton playing it still slow, even though it's a 5v2. They're not taking any chances.
Because things like that can happen. I mean, you see Master there get 2 members down really low. I mean, again, although it's only 2 people can get multiple kills. I mean, I've had an ace before.
Yeah,
I would assume these people have as well. I mean, and it's not to say that, you know, Hazaki here can't 1v5. I highly doubt it's going to happen because, you know, he's probably going to play his life safety gun. But you do have to, especially at this kind of level of play, you do have to be careful about your enemies. The flash from the locate finds the first. Ika not able to get onto the side, but is going to get some exit frags here. Flashes two people, but Modi is there to play the anti-flash and pick up his 3K. Roehampton Yetis off to a good start and a 2-point lead.
I mean, Modi really the star of that round there, getting a really, really aggressive TP from the beginning, setting the tone for the round, it seems. And then they played it really relaxed, really calm. They didn't overstep their boundaries. They didn't take isolated fights. They went in together. And, of course, they secured the round for it. And they're looking in good shape right now. If you're Elbozo, you know, you're probably a bit worried about what has to change here because we've seen them both at their best now, and we're seeing Roehampton get a little bit of an edge there. But as we know, you know, anything can change in this game. Just go back to last week, right?
Oh, God, last week. Absolute flip on the side here. Now, we are going to see some members of Elbozo, you know, hiding in these corners here, wanting to play some nice angles. But Nova does manage to find Asagi. Nova with a 2K. Has called Doki as well, but he is stunned. Doki with a jumping Bucky, 36 HP, and grabs the Vandal. 2 members down for Elbozo and 1 for Yeti, a good trade-off. But we are missing that initiator for the side of the defense, so perhaps a retake could be difficult as we see Roehampton leak onto the side here, clearing out angles to Heaven. Doki about to make 3.
Spike planted.
And suddenly, entrance for Elbozo seems slightly harder. The smoke fades, and all members are ready for any signs of push. Master spotted, taken out by Ika. Melody with the second, leaving only Mems, who manages to find one that is eventually taken out. The Battle of the Omens here is absolutely beautiful. Can we see the scoreboard quickly? Okay, so we are... Yeah, I mean, Nova and Modi are absolutely leading the charge here for Roehampton. I mean...
They are running
8-2,
rampant.
7-2 on round 5 is nuts.
They are definitely the stars of the show there. However, I don't want Gogs to go underappreciated. The util usage from the Teo here has been really, really good at securing rounds. I mean, in that position there, they got onto site and they completely had set up to the point where it was a full retake where they were all in the same position. It was always going to be really difficult for Elbozo to come through there.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of difficulty, Doki here going for that early shot. Takes out that duelist right away. The expensive Skydog has been lost for the side of Roehampton. Nova, though, doesn't matter. Takes out the smoke. They play it slow. They'll manage to move up. Nova, though, does eventually fall to Hisagi. Elbozo, though, doesn't have a controller agent, so if Roehampton Yetis take this a little bit slower, they could find entrance to be quite easy. Perhaps a fake smoke there coming out from Modi. Gogs, a beautiful flank, or we'll say lurk. He slowly moves up through mid here, taking Heaven. Knows exactly where Hisagi is. Hisagi, though, with the flash. Ooh. Gets pushed right the way back. A little bit of a util dump as Gogs takes the angle. Doki on site, though. I'm not sure he knows he's there. It's the perfect position. There we go. Doki swings, catches Gogs. Breaks the dog as well. The flash just about misses. As Doki runs around, but still manages to catch out me and Hisagi with a pickup on Modi there. I mean, I honestly thought the Roehampton had that. I thought they were about to play off each other and get that. No, they were both looking in different angles.
I mean, we're looking at Doki here being being an absolute menace towards them. I mean, the skill that has been displayed just from that round alone is incredible. Getting that 3K there, really well played from Doki. I
mean, this is one of the things that makes this double up of Neon and Raze so good. It is just a run it down comp. We've seen Doki run it down and just get into these awkward and aggressive angles multiple times. And, you know, when you play on site like that, in a, you know, passive for a bit, a little bit of a pause, and then suddenly showing yourself, it's a really strong way, you know, to apply your presence.
100%. Doki stealing the show of that round there, but can they replicate? They're looking like they're going to maybe make an A push here.
You see the utility completely dumped to the side of Roehampton Yetis. Hisagi offside, the spray comes down, and he doesn't manage to find anything. Ika clearing out every corner, doesn't decide to go back as he stays there with his gun. Nope, doesn't find any shots off. I think he spots 2 members of Elbozo there.
It's a tricky situation to be in there if you're waylaid with the stinger there.
Now we do have Elbozo completely, you know, taking over the heaven of sight here. But to get onto site, to battle Roehampton, all 5 members, 5 and 5, a perfect entrance. We need to see a perfect retake. Flash just comes out with a breeze shot to match.
Oh, wow.
Catches Mimi out the air. Ika falls 2. Although Nova and Gogs pick them up. Modi as well, leaving only 2 members. 1 is back and forth. And Modi takes out Master. Roehampton Yetis
Unbelievable.
You were a little bit shaky there as Elbozo managed to find quite a few members. But the angles they played were almost perfect there, playing off of each other. I mean, you could say that there was a bit of baiting, but I mean, it worked. It works perfectly.
100%.
Anything for the round.
100%. Elbozo had a really, really nicely played strategy using the breach ult to bring people out from the site, to make that, to get the man advantage. But Roehampton, with Nova just instantly replying, bringing it back and forth. And then Modi, of course, in Modi fashion, finishing off the round there. Really well played from Roehampton.
We have to talk about Roehampton's utility usage. I know you've already mentioned it, especially from the side of Gogs here. But the way that they're able to force people out of these positions is honestly amazing. The spray from Modi nearly finds Doki there through the smoke. That would have been detrimental for Elbozo holding down B site. We do have the ultimate, so perhaps if Doki manages to find one pick here and gets out, we could see the overdrive get popped. Mems, top mid. Jumping, peeking, doesn't spot any members. May do it again. Utility usage. Here we go. Forces him straight the way out. A little bit of a miss on the dash here. Runs through his own teammate's usage. Utility. Mems, 27 HP. In a stalemate here with Ika. Spots just a hair on his head.
Really
Flash
good blind.
comes through, but he's too close. The flash won't do anything at that range. Ika takes him out. Modi with a second. I get what you were trying to do here, but it's not a blind, it's a near sight. Nova, again, Nova is absolutely dominant on this controller. He's picking up kills left, right, and center off camera. Again,
oh my
with
God.
Hisagi. Leaving only Master on backside, but a Spectre at range is not a gun to battle a Vandal with.
I mean, you said it. You said it right there, Josh. The controllers are taking over this game. Nova and Modi just absolutely running riot. Having them at will whenever they want because they're just better.
I think it always comes down to its position, its rotation. I mean, it's perfect, honestly, from the side of Roehampton. I think we are having a little bit of a tech issue, a slight pause here, but hey, that just gives us more time to talk. I mean, okay, we're seeing a lot of good utility usage and a lot of rotational skill here coming from the side of Roehampton. What are you going to be doing if you're Elbozo to try to counter that?
You know what? If I'm Elbozo here, I think they're really you have the likes of Doki, who's really, really good at just taking those ego 1v1s. Doki has the skill, and you know what? They have the Killjoy turrets and things like that. All they have to really do is just play to their strengths, which is being ultra aggressive.
Okay, so you're saying don't overcomplicate it, just keep the aggression here, which is exactly what Doki is trying to do here in the corner with the bucket. Gets spotted immediately from the sky ult, though. Ika knows where he is, gets the first kill, backs out. All 5 members there. Ika with the first, finds a
Oh, wow.
Pritz misses a couple shots. We are going to see Master try to lead backside here. But Ika is there. Spots him, gets out. Mems with a nice, beautiful shot.
Spike planted.
Oh, wow.
Ika losing to a classic Nova, picking it up though. It's only Master left, but he has that gun in hand. A couple shots could be good, but Gogs. Bullet to dome, taking out Mems. And Roehampton have a 5-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, it is not looking good for Elbozo right now. However, hope is not gone. As we spoke about, obviously, at the beginning of the game, their team comp is super aggressive. You're going to see a lot more of their strengths come through on the attack side. So you can't count them out yet.
Yeah. When we were seeing Doki do, some of these aggressive plays on the defense side, and it's working really well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that flips going over to the attackers.
Back in
Nice default play coming in from Roehampton here as they want to get some information as to where people are before they push the site. Ika onto the box and just backs out immediately. See, this is one of the good things about this character. You can cover such good ground and back out so quickly, leading to a rotation through to mid B. Modi with the first, taking out Mems. Battle of the Omens. The smoke is down for the side of Elbozo, but Doki managed to get to him. And Hisagi caught with his utility out.
VALORANT timing.
Doki, though, playing on this side. This is what I spoke about recently with Doki playing these good angles, these slow, passive plays here. He's on site. No one knows he's there just yet as he's played it to near perfection. And he's going to get a... No, maybe? Yeah, he's going to get a good little flank here. And I don't think any member of Roehampton knows he's there. If he can get quick enough, if he can get his help from his teammate, this could be really bad for Roehampton as they're basically pincered. Master
Unlucky.
not quite able to find anyone else. As a flash forces him to turn, and 3 members peek. Doki gets some good shots in, but Mimi through the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, as soon as they were able to get the pick there, it was just a numbers game. Doki couldn't really do much, especially with the smoke coming out. The util was just too much after that post plant there.
I mean, it was a good flank, but one of the issues with flanking is if you're that close behind, you can't run. You have to stay silent. So if anything, it was a little bit of a, you know, I wouldn't say poor timing, but it wasn't, you know, the best pincer to help each other with.
100%.
Had to shift all the way through.
100%. It's 2-8 now. It's not looking good if you're a fan of Elbozo, but do not, fret. We've seen a much harder game to come back from turnaround just like that.
We're going to see Elbozo try to take mid-presence here. The tail ultimate comes out, forcing them out immediately. I mean, the utility usage from the side of Roehampton is absolutely amazing. The way that they control the map and the positions of Elbozo is just phenomenal. Ika, some good space taken there. Some missed shots from Master, hits only one as Modi takes him out. And that's the only sentinel for the side of Elbozo gone. The site is practically theirs for the taking as the spike goes down.
I mean, it's really nice to see Ika being more aggressive. As this game's gone on, you've seen them make more aggressive plays, kind of start feeling themselves a bit more. And it's really proving vital.
Speaking of aggression, Doki, some beautiful shots, pops the ultimate. Flash comes through, but a little bit late to get in there as a firing squad takes him out. So Nova, though, with a beautiful 2K. Hasagi and Mems, though, evening it out slightly. A nice teleport there, confusing Ika, but he still manages to pick it up as Prince is the last one left. Some shots taken, but Mimi, again, 2 rounds in a row with the final kill. 9-2, a 7-point lead for Roehampton. It's looking good for them. I mean, Aiden, I'm sorry, but your inside information appears to not be that, you know, truthful.
What? Josh? All I'm going to say here is that Elbozo, you know, if they can just win this round, what does that mean for them? It means it's 9-3. And we love
9-3 curse.
a 9-3 curse over here on the NSC channel.
Have we seen a 9-3 curse before?
I think we have, and I don't think it actually worked. I think it just got shut down immediately. But you know, it's the hope. It's the hope that we hold out.
I see. Now we are going to see again Doki try to take these aggressive angles, but there's so much utility for the side of Roehampton. I mean, they can clear out every corner, every angle perfectly. The ultimate here, though, for the Omen puts him straight in a beautiful position here. So the rest of the team get onto site. We do have ultimates for both sides here. Not really going to see too many. Ika finds Mems. That is the controller down once again. Hasagi to off his ultimate. Nothing but a thin veil hiding him and Modi. He peeks here to find Master. He'll find another. The ultimate goes down. The spray, but there it is, Hasagi.
Really nice util usage there from Elbozo.
Gonna put Roehampton in a really awkward position. Prince with an ultimate, taking out Gogs. Mimi with another. Master, again. Mimi, a beautiful 3K, only one left, and there we go. The attackers are still winning that as Nova takes him out with the shorty inside of his ultimate. I mean, that was a great ultimate from the Killjoy. I didn't actually see what happened there. Did they get out? Did it get broken?
I believe it got broken because it was just near where a Nova was in the Viper's pit. Unbelievable. I mean, we just saw ult after ult. Obviously, it was last round, so you expect to see it. But the chaos that ensued, you had Roehampton just unleashing ult after ult, and then Elbozo with a calculated retaliation, but it just wasn't enough.
Indeed, it wasn't.
And the 9-3 curse does not come true, unfortunately.
Only 3 more rounds for Roehampton to take this home and keep this first map in the bag. Yeah, however, this is where Elbozo could perhaps shine, you know, having that aggression that we spoke about with their composition.
100%. This is where Elbozo would theoretically look their strongest.
I mean, there isn't actually anyone on the side of A. Perhaps they're... Okay, I think Roehampton are perhaps looking to give them the site and play retake off of utility. A smart tactic, actually. I mean, if you know they're going to come in with this aggression, this hard-hitting utility, it's good to just let them get it out before.
Yeah.
Prince, though, finds Nova. The heavy hitter for the side of Roehampton already gone. Mems
with
a beautiful flick to take out the duelist.
I mean, two really good picks at the start there. Taking out Nova is going to, you know, not only is it a man advantage, but it's a big confidence boost.
And we're going to see El Bozo do a fast rotate through mid onto B. I mean, it doesn't really change much as the positioning for Hampton is roughly the same. Gogs finds the first, traded by Doki though. Mimi picks up 10 HP, very low.
Planted.
Gets flashed and walked into a wall. No, doesn't even peek. I don't even think he knew he got him. Birdie from the behind, taking out Asagi.
It's a 2v2 now.
For Hampton.
Doki's low. But so is Mimi.
Very close to getting this. El Bozo perhaps letting it slip away just slightly. Doki opting maybe for a peek there. The time is ticking. Hampton need to get moving. Utility is popped. Master's going to swing. Doesn't find one. Asagi low HP. No, Asagi, Mimi on low HP. And it's only Modi left. There is no time.
One enemy
Gets the
remaining.
first. Gets the second, but he can't defuse in time.
Oh. That's so unlucky because those were two really good shots.
Some
from
really
Modi
nice
there.
shots there, but perhaps they took it a little bit too slow. That Killjoy utility kept them from the bomb and kept them from getting their space taken. I mean, to be fair though, the fact that El Bozo all ended up dead after that round, I mean, I thought it was theirs perfectly. I think that, you know, there were a couple angles there they just lost. Hampton winning their ones.
Well, I think it's just a case of the Modi fever. Like, you put Modi in a position like that, and you know, it's only really one way it's going to go. And it was unfortunate for El Bozo, but they get the win anyway, and now you know, they have the opportunity to look to snowball it here.
See El Bozo use that aggression to run straight through mid here, taking out B Heaven. That's right, Hampton aren't even ready for it. Bucky in hand.
Oh,
Modi! And a nice little duel down main coming out with Pritz and Hisagi on top here. Two members of Hampton already taken down. The guns weren't in their way, so it was to be expected. A nice pause as we rotate throughout the map here.
So 4v3 for 4v2 now for El Bozo here. They're in good shape, as they should be on the eco round.
I mean, as you mentioned, you know, it is the eco round, so there's nothing to, you know, shoot alarms out yet.
Spike planted.
This is an expected round for Hampton to lose. Again, with a 7-point lead, it's not even going to be that big if they lose this round.
Last player standing.
Good positioning from Mems as he takes up Mimi. But Pritz just behind Modi. And there we go. Hampton, their 7-point lead turned to 6.
There you go. I mean, it's true. It's true. But Roehampton, you know, alarm bells should not be going off. However, even though that is, like, objectively, you know, not a worry, if you're, like, when you're playing this game, obviously we all know it's a game of momentum. Like, things can change. If your mindset's changed, oh, we've just lost 2 rounds, even if you know that it's expected, you know, the way you start to play can change. You might be thinking, okay, let me change this up, and then that, you know, it can all snowball out of control very quickly, depending on how El Bozo decides to tackle this bonus round.
Absolutely. I mean, I think El Bozo probably just going to hit him with the speed. It's what they've got. It's their utility. It's their characters running straight through. Here we go. The neon wall comes out here. Nice movement with the Bucky in hand. Gogs for the first on Mems. Immediately taking out their smokes player. Aiden realized that they were on the same team a second afterwards.
Yeah, you know, you're entirely right, Josh.
Breach utility. Stopping Roehampton from getting as much space as they want. Doki in a beautiful position here to take anyone out. But there we go, the utility. It's so good. It forces El Bozo out of these positions that they want to hold. A nice spray from Ika, but not quite. 9 HP, Pritz on another. Gogs, a beautiful 3k. Leaving only 2 members of El Bozo left. Any utility here could be bad. Nova though, and Gogs, a 4k here in the 15th round, sorry.
I mean, Josh, I'm telling you, Modi and Nova, they have been superstars, but Gogs is you know, is one of the ones to watch here. Gogs has been
On Gog.
On Gog.
His utility usage is absolutely insane. The way he forces members of El Bozo out of their positions. I mean, his ultimate as well, when we saw it a couple of rounds ago, when El Bozo was trying to occupy mid, he said, you might all be in mid. Well, do you know what? You know what piece of utility perfectly covers mid? My ultimate. Used it immediately. Then not even a second thought, just took him out of that space instantly and gave it to Roehampton. I mean, the way that he's able to, you know, the start of every round, forcing out Doki from these angles, and even mid-round, he's still got his utility. He holds onto it. He knows exactly when to use it. He is a very skillful and seasoned player.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell there's definitely a lot of experience on Tejo. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see it next game as well.
Absolutely not, as he manages to spot 3 members of El Bozo down main here. Uses some of his utility a little bit early, actually, this time.
I mean, it's so addictive when you play Teho to just be spamming your bombs out. Just you know, even if it doesn't get a lot, it feels like you're doing so much. Bit of a slow push onto A here, it seems.
And perhaps swinging at the last second here. Gets spotted, but does manage to TP out. Ikkum knows where he is.
Oh,
Mems,
good
perfect tracking through the air. Minasaki with another. Mimi, though, taking out Mems.
Big
Gets some
snake bite
shots
there.
off of Modi, peaks at the wrong second as Doki swings out there to take him out. A 2v4 for the side of Elbozo. Perhaps they can look to close this ever-looking gap just a bit more.
They're all on site here, but do they realize it yet?
I mean, Roehampton have been really good with their retakes, but with only 2 people here and no utility, this could be quite hard. Nova, 7 bullets left in the chamber, is opting to stick it out rather than reload. A beautiful shot from Doki and a second from Pritz as Roehampton Yeti. So close, but so far.
Yeah. I mean, Elbozo there really playing it well. They got onto the site and then they all stuck together. They knew it was a 4v2. There's not much they can do. We have good util here. You know, let's just see it through. And this is what I'm on about, Josh, with the momentum change. Like they were both had guns there, and Elbozo was able to come through and start to turn the tides of this game, hopefully.
I mean, there's only so much utility you've got for the side of Roehampton. I think Elbozo, they're splitting up quite a bit. You know, you've got these aggressive players with good movement, good, you know, versatility in a lot of angles. There's only so much utility you can use to spot them all. You know, you've got Doki pushing up setting angles. You've got Mems in mid half the time. You know, also Gogs can't be everywhere.
Yeah, and another thing is that they have 2 controllers here, and they've been opting to play a bit more passive, kind of giving sights away. But I feel like a part of their strength with the controllers is being able to waste their time more before getting into sight, and maybe they're not utilizing that as much now. But you know, obviously they only need 2 more rounds here, so it's not like they should be stressing too much at this point.
Now Nova was taken out mid there, and it looks like Elbows are opting for a bit more of a mid push. Gogs just about manages to get out there as he uses his utility to try to force him to win angles.
Wow.
Repeaks and finds Mems.
That's so good.
Omen's down. Sorry, controller's down for both sides. But for the side of Elbozo, that's the only controller they have. So angles working are going to be a little bit hard here. Doki with a bit of an oversight as Gogs takes him out with that Vandal he picked up. Tries to take Heaven, but the timing as Elbozo immediately got onto sight there. A 3v4. Lacking utility for the side of Roehampton, but Ika in a beautiful position here. There's no way they expect him this early. Takes a 1, takes out the second. And Master, the last one left, but coming through the rotate, he's too slow. There's nothing he can do.
Gogs knows.
Gogs through the wall with a beautiful 3K, putting them to match point.
Just as we were talking about Gogs' util usage, he showcases perfectly what he's able to do with it, getting that pick on onto Mems at the start there, being the catalyst to a really destructive and dominant round from Roehampton Yetis there.
I like the saying, a catalyst to a good round. I mean, that is exactly what he is. The way he's setting up his teammates here is absolutely perfect. I mean, if you want to talk about catalyst, you have to look at Ika as well. I mean, he may be the person with the highest deaths in the lobby. However, comparison to kills and the way he's playing, it's exactly what you want to see from your duelist. He's getting in, he's getting space, he's making the angles. The fact that he's dying often means he's in the right position.
Speaking of Ika, this could be a big ult.
Immediately trying to halt the Razor there, but he still manages to find one as Mems with a second. And Elbozo have found the site. Roehampton are trying to rotate here. A flash comes through from both sides, but Hisaki comes out on top. The second flash comes through as he puts Mimi in the corner. Mimi with the movement. Doki there to come and help. And it's only Modi left. Finds one with the op and the re-peek. But Pritz is there to take him out.
And did they pick up the op? No, they opt to leave it out.
Oh, they opt to leave it out. That's a good one. That's a good one, that.
Yeah.
A 6-point lead from Roehampton. I mean, it's a good lead. I mean, Elbozo will have to play this near perfection every single time, and I think even if you get it to overtime, the swap round to put Roehampton back on attack, I think could be detrimental. I'm sorry, Elbozo. I don't think there's a way you come out of this on top. I think this may be Roehampton running away with our first map.
I mean, yes, but half of the game is mental. You know, if Elbozo have it in them, if they have that dog in them, you know, who's to say what might happen? But Roehampton, you know, if I'm them, I'm just looking to play it slow, play it chill. Maybe even just wait for some ults and then just throw everything.
Yeah.
You know?
And we see the sky ult popped immediately there for the side of Roehampton. I think. We may be having a... No?
I mean, Elbozo seems to love this A site. We haven't seen him go B in a long time.
A stalemate here as both teams hold angles,
should
waiting for
run.
either one to move. And there we go. Master pops the ultimate.
Nova gets the pick on Doki. That is big for Roehampton.
Menzo on Gogs. Hit with a second with the...
Oh, wow.
Trades
Back
from
and
both
forth.
sides there. Don't even get a moment to speak.
One's detained, though. Will Master be able to find Mimi? Looks like it.
Last player standing.
Jumps down, nearly a second left.
But look who
Leaving
it is,
only
Josh.
Modi,
It's Modi.
the Clutch King. He has
With
the
the
ultimate.
ult.
He's going to teleport. Goes down main here. Okay. Very aggressive angle. Can maybe stop the plant here.
Spike planted. One enemy
Whiffs
remaining.
the shots.
Oh, my.
He whiffs. Modi, you had that. Modi had that in the back and he whiffed. Oh, you want to talk about mental? That's a low blow there for Modi. He's not gonna be feeling good after that one.
Josh,
oh,
you could have put me seconds before his first shot. 10 times out of 10, I say, Modi wins that. Modi wins that. There's not a single doubt in my mind at that point. But the unthinkable happens, and Modi is unable to get the 1v2 clutch there, bringing the point yet again.
it's okay, Modi. It happens. We've all been there. We've all been there. It's nothing to work yourself up for. You're still in the lead by 5 points. You can still win this.
Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's a 5-point lead. It's objectively you're fine, but it's the
mental.
negative thoughts that start to creep in at this point. Oh wait, why haven't we finished this off yet? What's happening? How can we stop what's happening to us?
The ultimate to remove members of Roehampton off the site. Roehampton though on Ika, he finds
Oh
two
my.
by himself on site here, gets out of the breach order. Prinzo takes out Gogs, maybe with another. Hasaki, Master, evening out a 2v2. Utility and ultimates for both sides here. I don't think they know where Nova is, and Modi with a beautiful flank. I mean, there's no way Elbows are expecting this. If they hit the site, Modi's there.
Last
But
player
Modi's
standing.
Oh no.
Nova, but never
Same
mind.
situation. I think it's the same people as well, actually. The exact copy
It
of last round, but on the A site now.
Modi, he's here to redeem himself.
Uh-oh, that turret's really
No,
nice.
he's got a
as
smoke.
well.
He can just put it straight out of... Oh, it's gone down anyway.
Spike planted.
That's how you know I'm gold. I didn't even think about the smoke.
I think what's worse is the fact that he's only got a Guardian in hand over a Vandal or Phantom. I mean, still guns that can one-tap. But they're playing perfectly backside together here. Modi would have to hit some insane shots to get this. Spotted by both sides. Teleport to convince of rotate. Hasaki has fallen for it. Modi with the first! Through the wall!
He has got it.
He's smoked. The time is ticking.
What's another death?
Oh no.
There's no time. No matter what he does, he can get the kill. But
Oh.
Hasagi has got it. The gap is closing.
And we talk about the mental difference. I mean, Modi's just lost 2 clutch situations in a row.
That last one was good, though. That was good.
It was better, but it's still a lost round. And at this point, you start panicking. Because even though you're in a good position, why, how is this going to change? The same thing keeps happening. They do the same thing over and over, and we can't stop it. What do we do? And it's those kind of thoughts right there which are giving Elbozo quite actually a good opportunity here to potentially make a really, really strong
I
comeback.
think Roehampton are perhaps overcomplicating it. I think they're trying to implement too many strategies or too many, different angles. I think they, just play default.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to see a save round here. They're going for next. It's a
You're
good way to
100%
play
right.
this. Passive.
Every time Roehampton get a kill lead, they often just lose it instantly. They get a bit too over-aggressive.
Some picks from both sides here. I mean, I didn't even expect Roehampton to manage to get people through there.
Spike
Modi
planted.
picked up a Vandal. Oh, Prinsto to take him out. The hero Vandal has fallen for the side of Roehampton.
Tricky position from Nova here.
One enemy remaining.
And Master with a beautiful spray down on Mimi and Nova. Only 3 points left between Elbozo and Roehampton.
3 rounds is all it takes. I mean, really think about how far Elbozo have come here. What was the score? It was 10-2.
Can we put up the scoreboard, please? Well, I mean, it was 12-5 a minute ago.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, as each round, like, as soon as we got to like 8-9, the odds of Elbozo actually making the comeback start exponentially growing just because of that momentum change, you know?
And again, attack is their side. It's what their composition is built for. This is easier for them. But this time, they're going to play passive, a little bit more slow. They're waiting for Roehampton to use that utility.
You notice how they're still sticking around A. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They know that they can win this site over and over again. They're not even risking anything. It's almost like Roehampton. Like if you're Roehampton here, you're probably just wanting to start trying to stack on A. Give yourself a better advantage.
We did have multiple members of Roehampton sitting on A site, but they started to rotate after Gogston spotting him with his utility. We're just waiting for someone to find something, and Roehampton can react. Bozo are sneaking up site here. The ultimate comes down. Ika, I think, wants to stop them. Modi for the first one to master. Beautiful. Prizzo takes out Modi. Doki, he got stuck inside of it. He's so low. Beautiful movement from Ika as he puts himself on site. Nice positioning. Gogs takes out Mems. Pritz with the second though. Nova on Doki, Hasaki, and Nova. Pritz has the ultimate out though. Roehampton, they don't want to peek. Throws it.
I mean, this happens every round. They get a pick, then it goes back, and there's a trade. 1-1-1-1. Quite literally green and red throughout the whole scoreboard, like it's Christmas.
However, both people here on both teams have some nice positions, nice angles being held. They can play together here. A good flash comes through.
One enemy remaining.
Gogs with the first. Saki take out Mimi.
And Gogs takes it!
With the 3K to bring it home.
Oh.
Gogs? Has Gogs? No, Gogs is DC'd.
This is how
Nope.
Oh no, he was ulted.
Gogs?
A little bit of BM there from Gogs.
I thought Gogs DC'd. I thought Gogs DC'd.
Would have been a great time for it, huh?
Oh my god. A little bit of BM there from Gogs.
The win after a long and hard-fought battle from Elbozo. Really well played from Elbozo to bring it as close as they did. But unfortunately, I think, you know, honestly, if I was to summarize it, I think what you said at the beginning came true in a way. Roehampton's comp, they had a bit more of a strategy behind it. There was a bit more thinking about it, whereas with Elbozo's comp, it was much more oriented around getting in. And with Split being a very strategic map, it worked in their favor, and I think they were able to just...
There's a fun saying in media that the more complex a magic system is, the funnier it is when someone pulls out a gun. And I think that is exactly what we've just seen here. I mean, we've got Roehampton who have beautiful strategies here, really good utility and ways of playing. Yeah. But then the moment you see Elbozo come in and it's just run it down, get your kills, you know, use your guns. They didn't overcomplicate it. They stuck to simple and basic tactics. And they just ran them down. Again, as you said, they went from 210 to 39?
Yeah. It almost worked.
It nearly did.
Super impressive from Elbozo. I mean, it gives you confidence that, you know, we've seen Roehampton be, you know, quite crushing in their fashion in that game. However, that comeback shows that this game isn't just written off. It's not as one-dimensional as it may have seemed in the first half of the game. So game 2 promises to be another exciting spectacle.
Yeah. Well, when we talk again about mental here, I think, you know, Roehampton had a really strong lead, had a really good play, and I think they were feeling really good. But then as they got ever closer, they started to get a little bit more worried. And I mean, even now, even though you won the game, the fact that it got that close and the fact that the final round was down to a one it was practically just Gogs. I mean, he got both players there. It wasn't a 1v1. It was too close. And I think, you know, Roehampton definitely a little bit of shaking. Elbows have woken up a little bit.
100%. I mean, the idea of going, I mean, it's not thought about a lot, but when you think about as a team, you going from a walk in the park to a literal war zone, it's a mental toll.
It is.
It takes a lot from you. And not only does it take a lot from you, now they have to go into game 2, having gone through that anxiety spike and that stress, and they have to now reset, come back together, and try and replicate what they've just done, which can be scary because maybe they're thinking, okay, what went wrong rather than what went right, you know?
For real. And that second map will be Crowed. We're going to head over to a short break now, and we are going to come back with Elbozo versus Roehampton Yetis. I'm Josh, this is Aiden. Short break, and we return with more Valorant. Hello, people. We are back from a nice break. I hope everyone's nice and recharged and ready for our second game as we head over to Corrode. Now, Aiden, last time we saw Roehampton, run away with the lead there from El Bozo. A close game indeed, but not without its faults. Now, El Bozo, we spoke about how Roehampton, they had a little bit of their issue there with, magic system guns, whatever analogy you want to bring into this here.
Yeah.
The overcomplication versus, running it down.
Yeah.
What do you think, El Bozo need to continue doing going into our second game here to make sure that it works every single time? Because obviously this did work on their attack, but on their side of defense, how are you combating this much utility?
I mean, look, if you're El Bozo and I think the issue is you're putting all of that into being aggressive, and that is only really helping your attack. I think as we're going into this game for Corrode, what El Bozo needs to be doing here is maybe switching out one of the duelists for a bit more of a util, because there you can still be aggressive without having that much, dash in power like you do with like a Neon and Waylay, as we're seeing from them yet again.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Waylay, this time we're bringing it back in. However, something to note, Master is on Waylay, who was the Killjoy for last game. So that's an interesting switch up. We do still have Mems on the smoke here. Hasagi going from Initiator perhaps to Sentinel as we see the Chamber. Now again, Chamber's one of those characters, although on paper he's a Sentinel player, he does usually get swapped out for the, that duelist role. Yeah. And especially on Corrode, being able to take these angles, the high ground, and just quickly teleport between them for those nice shots. So definitely a utility-based character that we spoke about. However, we're also going to see Doki continuing.
We talk about aggression
on the Neon. I mean, yeah, it is just pure aggression.
You have Waylay, Chamber, and Neon all together there. I mean, it seems like they're doubling down much more. We're seeing a very similar team comp for Roehampton, except you have Gogs now on the KO, which will be actually very interesting, and Mimi instead of the Sky on the Fade. Seems Fade is quite a popular pick on Corrode.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of nice, close angles here. So going for that KO over the Teo could be, a very good choice. Making sure you've got enough flashes to continue, benefiting your team through every angle.
It'll be interesting to see how Gogs is able to utilize this KO here, because KO obviously works very differently to how Teo does.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, completely different initiators. I mean, Teo is very much based around his utility. Oh, okay. Yeah, move the camera over. Teo is very much, usually based on, using your utility, tongue twister,
no,
using
right,
your
man,
utility to force people out of certain angles, whereas KO is more about, the aggression of, taking out your utility and forcing his team into a nice position here with his flashes, his grenades, etc., etc.
100%. We're seeing quite an early rush here, as we expected on B, but the Snakebite coming through to halt them really good from Nova there.
Gogs there immediately taking out the majority of the team's utility there with his knife. And we're going to see a nice pause. El Bozo, though, doesn't want to rotate. They want to hit this.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're seeing a very similar story here with Roehampton just using their utility to halt their aggression. We have KO Gogs with his molly here, ready to just put it in if they want to start rushing in.
And there is that rush. Immediately, El Bozo goes in. Master finds Dash Nova with 2. Taken up by Prinzo. Mimi with a 3rd. A 3v2. Roehampton are in the lead here, but Mimi's put on low HP. His team taking some time to get to help him. We are going to see Ika. Never mind, I thought he was going to go for a flank there, but he's again moving up with his team. Swings wide. Doki there opting to check backside as he doesn't know where anyone else is. Moves straight over. It goes straight over the head to take out Doki. Doki all turned around there, isn't able to find any shots onto Ika there as Roehampton take the first round yet again.
Yeah, I mean, really well played from Roehampton there. They didn't know that they were all hanging out there, but they stayed tucked, wait for Ika to come through to bring some of the attention away, and they were able to infiltrate through that and secure the first round with relative ease.
I mean, El Bozo were able to take out 2 members of Roehampton there, but I mean, on the switch up from Roehampton, going from very controlling and utility-sided composition to a bit more of an aggressive one. I mean, it works. That was very nice, retake them after being pushed off.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking a bit more of a even middle now. Before it was very utility-focused. Now they've taken a bit of a mixed bag here, as they're all seems to be rushing through mid into Link here. If you're getting a pick on Doki instantly, that's going to be rough if you're El Bozo there.
Elbozo keeping the aggression despite the classics in hand. Shots are being fired.
They don't know. They don't know.
But isn't able to kill anyone
down
as
mid.
Gogs, Mimi, and Ika all find one for themselves. And it's only the chamber left. Hasagi finds himself on A site.
I mean, if they just didn't have a classic there, it could have been so different. It could have been so different.
Not only the classic, but running out of bullets. I mean, that is just unfortunate.
It is. That is the epitome of unfortunate there for Mems. Unable to secure. I mean, even just getting a kill there, if you're Mems there, it's really good as it's the eco round. But now, you know what? It's bonus round. We have half buys for Roehampton, and Elbozo are looking to come at them with their full might. However, having said that, again, they're really leaning into this aggression play. But Roehampton, they have the ability to stop them. They have the snake bite. They have fade. What's the E? Where they throws down and you get all caught in that.
I honestly don't remember names. Anyway, Ika!
Oh my god!
Straight over the top. I mean, Hasagi found one as well, but what an aggressive play.
Really nice molly there onto the spike, making it difficult for Elbozo to contest it. Ika getting another pick.
We're going to see it Roehampton with a complete change of
Another.
pace here. Ika keeps going. A 3K is eventually traded out.
Player
Mems
standing.
loses the 1v1 to Mimi.
And
If you
Spike
only Doki left.
is down in a 2v1. However, it is Doki. We know that Doki can be super, super aggressive and really clinical in these situations.
Looks like Roehampton are opting to just sit down here, not too aggressive, but a nice angle to hold. Nonetheless, Doki is going to swing right into the crosshairs of Nova. Low HP, and Mimi
Finishes
swings
it
out
off.
to retake.
Really, really well played by Roehampton there. Ika Ika getting that pick initially. When you're doing your bonus round, you have to be a bit more unpredictable. So coming through instantly there, getting that pick, even though it did get traded, it set them up. Spike was dropped, and then they were able to play off of that, which really
absolutely
puts,
beautiful.
Yeah. Now Elbozo's economy is ruined, and they have to find a way to claw back here.
Save again. I mean, Doki coming in with a Bucky here. Again, I mean, we've seen him pull it out multiple rounds in a row here, but on the Neon, it's a good choice of gun. Melody.
Oh
Melody!
my god!
I didn't even see Doki. Was caught in the middle of the reload. He reloaded on one shot, but still took him out. I mean, yeah, he got
Modi fever right there.
Gogs with a very nice crouch beat there to take out Hasagi. Some shots come through and
One
Mems
enemy
falls.
remaining.
One lifted down
wow.
main. I don't think. Oh no, on site. Tries to stick the plant, but Ika runs through with the shorty to give Roehampton yet another point on the board. I mean, I think we spoke about Roehampton having, you know, a little bit of a hiccup in their composition, in their play style, you know, running into Elbozo's aggression.
Yeah.
But it was because of that rock and paper that we spoke about. You know, Elbozo, their aggression perfectly countered Roehampton the moment they went on to attack here.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that Roehampton is just swapping over to a very much, you know, an aggressive style of play here, but still with the utility and the ability to control, having those, you know, double controller. I think this is a beautiful, perfect mid-ground for them.
Yeah,
and this
100%.
is on, bear in mind, this is on their defense too, so the moment they swap over, this aggression can continue to assist them on the attack.
And it only serves to not help Elbozo because they've gone for pure aggression, kind of sacrificing a lot of utility here, and it is somewhat kicking them.
I don't think Hasagi noticed that Nova went over. I think he's still peeking that angle, thinking he's down main.
Yes, one for it. Nice snake bite there. Modi getting a pick on the op there.
Forces him out. Nova, he's going to walk up here. I think Hasagi is very aware of this.
Nova's been really good with the snake bites at halting their aggression, kind of putting... Oh, Modi with another pick on the op.
Beautiful operator here. Nice mid-control.
Shadows.
The snake bite has been really, really good at stopping them from being able to execute what seems to be their only game plan.
Ika and Pritz.
Turns around at the
Turn
wrong
at the
time.
last second. Crouches through. Hasagi finds him. 1v2. It's not all over yet. However, members of Roehampton are getting very close.
I mean, in a 1v2, you do not want to see the enemy team having Modi and Gogs.
30 seconds
I mean, that
left.
is not something you want to run into, and especially the angles they're holding here. I mean, if Hasagi tries to walk out here, Modi is right there with the operator. It's very close. It could be bad. Oh! Beautiful shot. Catches Modi out unaware.
That's 3 for Hasagi now.
Gogs, there's no way that's a lineup. There's no way that hits.
I don't know, it's Gogs.
10 seconds left.
Gogs, there's no way.
It's Gogs. If I see a molly here right now, nah.
No, okay. That would have, if that was an actual lineup, I would have lost my mind. Okay,
I wouldn't put it
Gogs.
past Gogs though.
Walking slowly through sight here. Hasagi perhaps read this incorrectly as he walks to the other side of the site. Gogs, the only utility he has is his knife as he clears out more angles.
I mean, if you're Hasagi here, it's really good position for you, especially if you're TP down. It's really good for time wasting in a post-plant situation. However, having said that, 5
He's
seconds,
grabbed
he
the position
can't.
of Hasagi. I think he knows exactly where he is. Taps the spike, forces him out. He knows he's not on there. Time is ticking. I don't think there's enough. No.
Yeah. But he
Gogs,
takes
you
them
got
out
the
anyway.
kill, but you played that just a little bit too slow. He's going to run through here, perhaps grab the operator and get out. Not
Yeah.
scot-free, though, as Elbozo do get their first point on the board. I mean, that was well played from Gogs, just a bit too slow.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's what Elbozo needed, though. It was 4-0, and, you know, when you don't win your bonus round and then it goes to 4-0, and then you were in a 1v2 situation like that, it's really important that they get that round to, you know, take back some control of the game. Otherwise, it could have spelled big disaster.
I think that's one of the differences between, you know, low to high elo players here is, although Gogs had plenty of time, he wanted to make sure that every angle was cleared so that Hasagi couldn't just randomly jump out and take him there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yes, worked. He found out exactly where he was. But in terms of time and needing to defuse, you wasted quite a bit. I mean, look at a goal player. They would have just sent it onto the spike and stuck it.
Oh, I would have been on that spike before he even had a chance to get close, and I probably would have lost.
Managing to bait out a nice shot that there's no way you re-pick into the chamber roll. No, okay, it's on the other side of the wall. I'm just losing my mind from spectator POV.
Ica, though, I mean, is there much point in looking here? Maybe trying to set up a flash with the KO there, but no success.
The aggression start from Elbozo.
Yeah.
As Doki runs circles around Mimi.
Face your
Whoa,
fear.
Wow.
check this man's PC. Hello. Modi. From behind with the operator, Doki weaves it. Weaves and Bob and weave. The smoke comes through to separate him. As all 5 members of Elbozo are perfectly set up on the site here. Hasagi walking behind Gogs. The timing.
But Gogs knows.
He does. Takes out the first. A nice flash to come through. Time continues to go down. They split off Master. The stun comes through from Doki. Doesn't find anyone. Doki
player
finds
standing.
Modi, leaving only Nova left at a 1v3. Pulling out the knife in the middle of a fight. Not quite the way to do it. Master
There you go.
takes him out there. I mean, the movement from Doki absolutely spinning around the 180 to
Yeah.
get picked up there. I mean, that was...
That's their game plan being utilized perfectly. They know that the Viper with the snake bite that has been halting them over and over again, stopping their aggression, is staying on B. So what do? They insta-rush A, they get a pick, they take site, and then from that point onwards, what is Roehampton meant to do? They have to try and do a retake, but obviously, when you have such a close quarters site like A, it can be really, really tricky.
Yeah.
And it's just too much for them. It wouldn't surprise me if they try and
The
replicate it.
firing squad coming in for Roehampton, taking out Doki. The easy aggression, the easy movement has gone quite early. Ica, though, 5 HP. Even if he was used as a Skydog here, a single bullet removes him from this round.
Flash.
Gogs opting to flash, hoping to find some more information, as we are seeing the majority of Elbozo sit down mid, and there it is, Master finding Ica.
Playing it very slow here.
Information is absolutely key on Corrode here. There's so many angles, so many different routes to take. You need to find out where everyone is, and that is exactly what both teams are trying to do here. Elbozo, although they're looking perhaps for more of a B hit here, they are still having to take it slow and find out where people are, because even if they hit this, this is where the 2 members are sitting on the actual site. Mimi, hovering the ultimate. If he popped that, he'd find all 4 members.
It is very tricky here if you're Elbozo. You only have really Waylay to go in. Going with the
Master pops
hinder.
the ultimate, completely misses. There we go,
Really
Savio
well
Nova.
executed.
Mimi, though, to trade Mimi for 2! But turns at the last second as Memes. Modi
Oh, wow.
and Gogs, the 2 members we've spoken about highly enough for the side of Roehampton.
One enemy
Gogs
Gets one.
to do it.
Spike's down.
26 HP, though, the spike is down, time is ticking. Mems has to get to the other side here.
From
And Modi
Modi.
from behind with the operator puts the bullet through his chest and make sure Roehampton continue their lead.
I mean, really well played. Good pincer there. Really surprised that Gogs was actually able to get a pick and stay alive there.
You're
When
surprised?
when two converge like that, you would have thought for sure. But Gogs is able to get that pick, and then Modi's in the perfect position. And absolutely really well played by Roehampton. Do you know what I really love? They watched Doki go in straight away, and it really worked for them. So what did they do to respond? Gogs and a couple others went instantly into the B site to shut them down straight away, and it completely turned around for Roehampton.
Gogs stand to go. That's all I'm saying.
It seems to be the case.
A nice initial hold for the side of Roehampton as they get multiple for the ultimate there. Master, though, does find Gogs still. Utility galore. Ica gets out. Some nice shots from Prids, but they
Spike
just about
down
whiff.
mid.
Ica,
Ica's holding
49 HP now. A tap to take. Modi with the first headshot on the operator.
Oh!
Swings into the other one as Asagi falls as well. Modi, you madman. Master with the first.
Last
Gets
player
A
standing.
second. Nova.
It's just Master left now, low HP. But Modi with a really, really good
Nova, though, a
double
good little
there.
rotation there. Nice and speedy with it.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Take out Master.
6-2 now,
Nova,
Roehampton.
I mean, an absolute gargantuous cranium there. He knew exactly where Master was. Master knew where he was. He rotated perfectly around and caught him the moment he was looking the other way. I mean, yeah, he went back and re-peeked when he was looking, but he still won it, and it
100%.
was still a great play. Roehampton continue their lead.
Roehampton showing yet again really beautiful strategy play, which is really pushing them through here, as they have this like a super aggression instantly, because they know that what's Neon gonna do if you have your flashes coming out all the way and snake bites. Obviously, yeah, the ult comes straight through, and they're hindered by this.
Very speedy entrance to the side of Roehampton. Sorry, Elbozo, though. Nova holds it quickly. Mems, though, to trade.
Really good
Some
from
nice
Nova there.
shots from Nova. Prids gives away his angle. Modi finds another, taken by Mems.
Oh,
Mems with a
Mems.
beautiful 3K. We're back to a 2v2.
Ica.
On sight for the final two to take out Elbozo. I mean, just as you think that Elbozo
Unbelievable.
managed to find a way on the side, they managed to get their pigs. Roehampton being men down, they even it out, and someone is there again and again to pull something out the bag, and this time it was Ica.
Unbelievable. I mean, the scoreboard hasn't reflected it much for this whole series so far. However, each round is always so close. You get so much trading going on. You had Mems getting a 3K there, making it look really good for Elbozo, but then Ica comes in and says, you know what? No, none of that. And it's just once again showing why the utility for Roehampton is being so well utilized with the Viper ult there to just completely stop their entire game plan, which seems to just be a lot of aggression. Again, Ica here, pushing forward. What is Elbozo to do? And then Doki goes down.
Gogs.
Gogs.
The first two. Nova, though, falls. Modi with another, though. Roehampton are looking so strong here as they force Elbozo right the way back. They may be on a save here, but the aggression, the way that they just immediately, they know they're on a save. They know they can't do things, so they just run it down. They say, hey, you haven't got guns, we do. Give us the round.
Yeah.
One enemy
Prince, though,
remaining.
attempts to re-peek. Ica, though.
Spikes down now. It's going to be very tricky if you're Hasugi.
Sagi. 50 seconds left. He's got
Oh,
Jiggle, takes
wow.
out Gogs.
Good shot.
Spots me.
Gets a dink there, I think.
A nice shot onto Modi at 5 HP.
Wow.
Ooh.
Really well. You know what is going to happen? I mean, I don't know. Like, if I'm Elbozo here, I genuinely am feeling very disheartened because they have the snake bite on B, holding it down, halting them, and then each round they push on A instantly to stop them from coming in fast, and is quite literally stopping every single play. The only thing I'd be looking to do here is maybe just try and rush through mid, because right now they look and feel, what I would feel anyway, is quite helpless in this situation. They have this strategically on lock. As we see again, they're going to try and make it an A play, but
Doki
happens.
slides right into Modi's shots there. Ica opts to get a better angle, grabs the gun. Whiteman's here. Shot through the smoke, doesn't find anyone. Never mind, I lied. Master takes out Modi. That's the operator down. Ika swings.
Oh
for
wow,
two.
Ika!
He's good for it. And backs right the way up.
One enemy.
Oh my
Third,
god!
Mimi with Master as well for Hampton.
Ika
You're
really
dirty
coming
with
into
it.
their own right now. Oh
Last
my
round in the
god!
half.
Okay, Roehampton, if you go downstairs, open your door, outside, left, right, sometimes forwards, you'll find this green thing called grass. I love the plays, but holy.
Oh my god. I mean, again, you're seeing Doki and everyone starting to group up on A here. They've done it time and time again, but what they're running into is essentially the equivalent of just a trap. Over and over, their aggression is being punished. Even though their comp wants them to be aggressive, I reckon that they should start playing it slow a little bit more here.
Maybe, I mean, if you played it slow, if you let Roehampton walk into you a bit more, you could perhaps catch them on the off.
You see, Nova has this site on such good lock here.
Yeah, the ultimate comes down. Nova gets it close. It's just eating the utility. Ika, where did you come from?
Nova gets two
Nova
though.
gets two, taken up by
Spike down,
Where did
B.
Ika come from? He just dropped out the sky like a support drop.
Ika has reached flow state, it seems. Just flying across, killing everyone. Good hinder. Oh.
Isn't able to find Master though, as we're leaving it into a 3v3.
Gogs in a nice position here if they don't check it.
One by one.
Ultimate comes through.
Ultimate Gogs lets him go through. Perhaps tried to trigger discipline there, but Mems did find it.
Good position for Bozo. Can they make it 9-3?
Planted.
Mimi and Modi,
Bring them down.
You want to play? Let's
two
play.
to do it. The ultimate comes out for the chamber.
Oh, but he's not looking.
Beautiful flash here.
Player standing.
Swings, finds
Gets
one.
one.
Modi.
One enemy
Two.
remaining.
Uh-oh. Really
He
good
doesn't know it's a
TP.
fake.
But now he does. Oh my god! Modi! Whoa! Mems!
Absolutely outplayed. Read like a book.
Mems drops down.
Clutch.
I don't know why Mems went at it with such confidence.
I
As
think-
if
I
he
think
knew
he just-
entirely where he was, but he was just
Switching sides.
wrong.
Modi, you are mental. You called through. The fact that he got the full blind on
Waylay.
on the Waylay at the back there, and then just sent it into the chamber and just one tapped him.
Unbelievable from Modi there. Mems almost with the ability to make it that 9-3 curse that they really could be using here.
Look
but
at the scoreboard though. We're 10-2 yet again.
we've
the
seen
same
it
score as
before.
last round.
And we know what Elbozo are capable of. The only difference here is that they're on defense now.
Yeah, this is the side where Roehampton could shine more.
Yeah.
Because of their aggressive comp.
This is shaping up to be not what we expected from these two teams here, but it certainly is exciting. Doki being very aggressive here, instantly takes
Aggression.
Ika. Oh my!
Doki through the smash.
Modi, though.
It's evenly matched.
It happens every round. You think, oh my god, they've just got a two-piece, and then instantly retaliated. The score isn't close, but the rounds are more than close.
I would, however, say that this is perhaps more favorable for Roehampton, considering that they've got Initiator and two controllers up. You know, the space to hold in the entrance could be better. Elbozo do have a bit more burst in information.
Asagi not even
Teleport's
looking at main
They
here.
found my
One
trap.
shot left. He knows they're there now. One shot, one kill.
Oh,
but Modi
Modi!
removes him from the angle. As Roehampton speed onto sight here. Smoke goes down. Bomb two.
Modi absolutely running rampant
planted.
here on Elbozo. Having all three of the kills. Is he hungry for more? Gogs with good util usage there.
Just about stops Master as he puts him in the corner there.
Oh, wow.
It's taken out. Time is ticking.
Last player standing.
Nova, though,
Player
and
standing.
Prince 1v1. But it's Nova to do it once again.
Tricky here for Pritz.
There's not much time. Nova can play this perfectly here if he just keeps peeking. And
Ow,
there we go.
wow.
A beautiful one tap. Now you
Really
can see
nice.
these tiny things that make these good players. Nova, I know it's very slight. I don't know if you catch it, but even when he peeks, it's that slight tap on the crouch to offset his head. I
Yeah.
mean, he is not just in terms of aim, but the mechanical skill of this
Yeah.
player. And even the theoretical skill. I mean, the way that he's, again, it's the snake bite, the wall, the rotation. Nova is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh,
The
yeah.
entirety of Roehampton. You're I can't think of a better word. You're disgusting.
No, I'm not even, like, I mean this with the utmost sincerity. Nova's util usage over on B on defense was, I'd say, almost half the reason they have the points they have. Just because it was able to deny it so well that they were forced to go into the trap on A over and over again, time and time again. Nova cannot be discredited here. No. The util is insane.
Roehampton are actually opting to play this slightly more passive on their attack here, which is incredibly interesting to see because we see Elbozo in what would it be, essentially more aggressive angles, expecting, you know, this fast aggression. I mean, look at Master right here. He's expecting a quick run or a quick thing, but no, Ika takes it nice and slow. Some shots come off, but he comes out on top here.
And they just have B site just like that.
They're toying with their mental.
Spike planted.
Ika though low, about to run into Pritz here.
Dogs for the first. Pritz catches Ika though, leaving himself low. Swings into a two-man, high-low. It's only Hisagi watching angles where no one is. Could perhaps be attempting to save his gun.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think that Gogs doesn't actually have any lineups and he's just throwing these things and hoping.
No, I think that knife's ending up somewhere.
Oof, gets a nice shot off, but gets out immediately. Gogso knows where he is. He wants blood. 4 shots.
Oh,
Hisagi!
but Gogs finishes it off though. Getting the pick on Modi though, that's not too bad. But it is 12-2 now.
Match point.
But having said that, is it bonus round for them or did they buy there? It looks like they can't afford it. It's a half buy there.
Yeah, a couple of them bought some stuff that round. I mean, we saw Master pulling out the Spectre there. Money is not looking good for them.
We're seeing 1 Phantom in the whole lobby right now. 1 rifle in the whole lobby there.
So, a fairly even round for both teams. I mean...
I'm not sure how the eco's got to this point, Josh, but it has.
Roehampton very well could run away with this right here, this round. 15th.
It could be a devastatingly short game.
We go
Doki though. Oh, but gets hindered!
Called by Ika slow there.
Battle of the Duelists. Ika winning it. Jumps in. Knows he's there. The util comes out.
I mean, Master with some good shots at the take out Ika, but you have to talk about the space that was just made.
Gogs and
there's
Nova.
one member left already. Hisagi only with the Outlaw, and he's rotating back.
He's got to do it. Hisagi has to have the clutch gene here. Outlaw out. Nova does he know? And that's it.
There we go.
Nova takes it, makes it 13-2, and Roehampton Yetis win the series 2-0 in crushing fashion.
I mean, we have to go back to the way that during the first game there, Roehampton, it was overcomplicated. And going into their second game, they dumbed it down a bit. They just played more aggressive. However, again, as I mentioned, on their attack side, after they flipped, where you would have expected them to play more aggressive, they slowed it down.
Yeah.
You saw El Bozo sit in these angles that were meant for an aggressive take. You know, if someone came in, you wouldn't expect them to be there. They're in great, good angles for that.
100%.
And I think the way that they knew exactly where you're expecting us to play aggressive.
Yeah.
We know where you're going to sit. We're going to play passive.
Yeah.
And then they did that for a couple rounds. And then on the final round, when they knew that they didn't have guns, they went, all right, this is time for aggression.
Yeah.
Not just the mechanical skill, the utility usage, the 3Ks, the 4Ks, the tactical... the tactics that Roehampton are coming up with here and are using in their games are phenomenal.
I mean, they were almost essentially goading them into being aggressive. And then you saw in that final round there, Doki had enough. He's like, all right, fine, you're going to play passive. I'm going to run at you. Hinder instantly takes the pick. Now they're at a disadvantage. And it was just snowballed from there. Tactically speaking, Roehampton Yetis had a masterclass because you look at the attack and how they decided to change the expectations, but then you look at the defense. I mean, genuinely, I was feeling hopeless, and I'm not even playing because the way that they had Nova locking down B, kind of pushing them away onto the A site, where they then had Gogs and Ika setting up that trap time and time again, playing into their aggression, where it felt like the only thing they could really do was go on through mid, but they never really seemed to do it. But you had I think who did you have? I think you had Modi watching mid sometimes with the op, and that's where it's like, okay, so we can't go through mid because there's an op. We can't go through B because it just halts us entirely with the snake bite. And then we also can't go through A because they have a trap set up for us. I mean, it was just tactically wonderful to watch. Seriously.
Speaking of the operator plays as well, now, Now, I've casted, not to brag, I've casted a few, higher up games. And I watch a lot of VCT as well. And one of the things you see, especially nowadays with the use of the operator, you see the operator go to these ages. So again, it used to be Jet, it was Chamber for a while, and now it's kind of rotated onto more of a Neon and Yoru basis for the operator, especially on maps like Corrode, where you can teleport, run, go from one angle to the next incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
So for Roehampton to win this, using strategies as if we've just seen, but also the fact that the operator was on the controller the majority of the time. Now, you want to keep your controller alive pretty much all the time because it's your smokes character. Now, that again, benefit to the fact that Roehampton had 2 controller agents, so they were able to, even if Modi went down, you've got a second one.
Yeah.
But the fact that Modi was the one, in the operator, and Iker was just going ham. I mean, I spoke initially about how Waylay is used as more of a skydog, and yes, we saw that here and there. Iker also just kind of he would use his abilities. He would get in there and he would just put his foot down.
Yeah.
He would again. I can do this. I can get this kill, and he got him right then and there.
It's that kind of confidence you need when you play a duelist like Neon or Waylay and things like that.
Incredible.
100%. That's how you get the real value.
Anyway, there is no third map for tonight. We end this 2-0 with Roehampton taking the lead. Thank you very much for being here. This is NSE. We will see you again next week on Monday for more games. My name's Josh. This is Aiden. Have a nice week.